If you guys have something you'd like to address, I was gonna project just so that we can get.
Bathroom.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Okay, we'll take a quick break.
Absolutely, I'll turn this on.
take a second for that.
Maria is available for us to call her from now till noon, so we can give her a call.
What's that? Oh boy, great.
What's that?
I got a question for Derek.
Oh,
He
yeah,
said
he just
just
took off.
left.
Yeah. He's gonna go have some fun, it sounds like.
Is there another stairway you use to get up here? Did you go by me?
No, I went up the stairs the same time you did, you just went right.
Oh, I
down
went to
left.
get a walk, drink of water. Alright, I'll be alright.
This'll be a smidge faster.
Okay, good.
Do we get any of this stuff sent to us? 'Cause I didn't see
Uh,
any of it
No.
Sorry, no, I will, this is just for the setting for an informational,
in our, okay,
so I thought I'd just run stuff up, project it.
okay.
He knows that I'm busy.
Nothing formal today, just,
Okay,
just a potentially more substantial improvement project, so. Having
where's this one at,
this one,
generally, like towns, anything?
yeah, let me. Boy, even on the township map, it's not.
Oh, outside Buffalo Center, just south of Highway 9,
Yeah,
okay.
it's up there.
So it started just over a mile south of Highway 9, and that's edge of the county, so yeah, it's just by Buffalo Center. Who is the petition on this one?
Renee Carhill,
Kate? Maybe?
No,
CA.
CAR, I think.
Okay,
Owns. A lot of like this.
yep, I know which one we're talking about now.
What was the township?
It's just, Lincoln, I
Okay,
believe.
thank you.
It's up by Buffalo Center.
I heard you say that. Section, you got one or?
There you go.
Lincoln 26 and, no.
Alright.
36,
We saw this before, right?
yeah. Yeah, I just had oriented to the geography, but yeah.
So I can start.
Yep, go
When
ahead.
we're ready? Okay, perfect. So, there was a petition that has come in on Drainage District 82, which is one of the very large districts. This one is specific to lateral 33B. That is this tile main from the outlet to the ditch down to that point there. Feeds several laterals, outlets directly to the main open ditch, is essentially, something that would be large enough that in a lot of other instances, instead of being a lateral, it'd be a main to a district all itself. From what I gather, working with Tammy, this district hasn't ever been reclassified to be split. So that makes for a little bit of a question about notice. I feel that everyone in the district as it is right now should be noticed for the informational meeting. However, on improvements, because of this scale of a potential improvement, there would be a reclassification required, so it would only be those in that area that stood to benefit from it that would pay. So we're gonna have a lot more people involved than are actually going to be benefited by the potential improvement. But, again, only those,
It might be good to attempt to highlight that in the notice.
yes, and that will, in this instance, a lot of times for contained districts, we've sent postcards. I think this would be better to send an actual letter that outlined what we're doing and who stands to benefit, and that is, again, just that lateral system.
Yeah.
Looking briefly, just for some information to have at.
Sending that map along might be
Yep.
helpful with that.
Perfect. Looking at that system from a capacity standpoint, no real surprise in what it is. It's for the percent of the half-inch drainage coefficient. Looking at this column here, you're at the quarter-inch drainage coefficient or less. Not really a surprise, you're at the eighth to the quarter, that's why the petition has come in. Those other laterals have varying degrees as well. But because of the potential of remonstrances and opposition to the potential project, we've gone to, on large scale improvements like this, gone to requesting or recommending these informational meetings so that we can kind of tailor the response based on information at that meeting. No formal decisions could be made, but it sure helps in either strengthening a recommendation for an improvement or really cutting something close that isn't gonna have a chance to succeed based on the desires of the landowners. So that is what we're looking at. Need asking for recommendations for a date and time. There is no notice requirements. This isn't actually even a required step of the code, so we're under our own jurisdiction for what we think is important here.
Since, yeah,
Yeah, always, you know. This yellow is the tail end of it, but why did you highlight that? Cause that's the person who petitioned?
This, we've highlighted the system, and actually, that may have come with the petition. I don't think I highlighted that, I
Okay,
think
alright.
that came with the petition, but it's in all of 82, which is a much larger district. Essentially, it's highlighted because that is the portion of the system that they are interested in seeing improved.
Sure, yeah, that's the petition.
Right, as opposed to 82 proper, which is that.
Okay,
And we're talking about here.
yeah.
So we're really, that's why I say, we're really going to be
But
notifying.
it's all within Kossuth County.
Yes,
I realize the numbering system would indicate that, but I thought I'd ask anyway.
so it's, we're really gonna be notifying a pretty substantial sized district,
yeah, that's gonna be a lot.
but I don't know of any other,
There's no way around that, is there?
there's really no, well, it's an informal meeting. So you could really notify just about anybody you wanted, so we could potentially tailor it down. But as far as when you send the report out to everyone,
Actual notice.
you notice everyone. And sometimes I think you can get out in front of it at the informational, rather than people receiving that report and saying, they want me to pay what?
Yeah,
And they have nothing to do with it.
And they haven't paid attention.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're setting the date and time for the informational meeting, correct?
Correct.
with us getting closer to the holidays, do we think getting into January?
Well, we have to in order to,
To meet the requirements.
No, we have no notice requirements
oh,
for informational meetings at all.
Well, yeah, but to get them done. and
Yeah.
get-
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you want a couple weeks.
I mean,
Right.
we're starting
Just stay away
budgets
from
and all
it,
that
yeah, well, let's
stuff.
Go to January.
That's what I would think too.
Either 14, oh wait, that's wrong.
The 6th, we have completion hearings for DD4, lat 40 and 42. The 13th, we're good. The 20th, we have Idale saturated buffer project bid opening.
13th,
13th,
13.
Okay.
at what
does that
time?
work for you, Tyler?
I am open that day, yes.
So what time would you like to do that, since it's probably more up north, right? Is this up north more?
Yeah.
I would think,
Give them time to get
do
here?
you wanna go 10?
Sure.
I think so.
We could.
Are we doing it here?
Yeah, that was my question, you
Yeah.
ever go to the mountain or not? You-
No, we always do it here.
Okay.
The only other,
We've done it, we've done them over
at the election center based on the number of people.
Right,
I've
you
seen-
don't try to go
Would-
with both, or.
Correct.
Do we wanna do that at the election center since we're sending it host to a lot of people?
And, I mean, we can get in front of that too in the
I
notice.
think the map would do a lot and some language in the letter would help mitigate that. I don't know if you get everybody showing up, I think if we can give enough information in the notice, I bet we could get most that would,
I guess
Focus on
the
it.
what are you out if you set it for that and less people,
just moving our meeting.
Yeah, and moving the meeting over there and transferring all the stuff over
I
there.
know, right, yeah, right, that,
That's a
you
fact.
could get into a pain there.
Especially if you have something before and after, then we have to switch and come back. I
Right.
mean, it's just the payment, it's not a big deal.
I would think we could fit enough people in here.
Feel proven otherwise, yeah, I agree, that's an agreement,
Yeah, I
We've,
mean,
we've packed this room before.
you could get 50-60 people in here. if we really-
And again, even if someone's come down, they listen to a bit of it talk, realize they have nothing to do with it, you may see
People trickle out.
some
Yeah,
trickling out.
if we have standing room only, then the first thing you say is, does this affect your land? Look at the map, and if not, turn around.
I mean, yeah, people are free to listen in,
Yeah,
obviously,
they could.
but as far as the stake that anyone stands to pay,
It would be isolated,
right, it's give or take that red line.
yeah.
So I've got written down January 13th at 10 o'clock, anybody wanna make the
I'll
motion?
make that motion to set the informational meeting for
A
that date and time.
motion made by Stecker, second by Garmin. Any further discussion on the motion? Just a sigh?
yeah, just a large size.
Okay. All
It's
those in
better
favor
than
of setting the informational meeting on January 13th at 10 o'clock, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Now, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
Yes. I will.
Okay.
Probably
What's
happily.
that saturated buffer scheduled for?
January,
She just said the 20th.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, wasn't paying attention, thanks.
Yeah, the 6th was the completion.
glad you
meeting.
guys remembered, cause I
Then we
already
had the
forgot.
open week and then
Yeah.
the saturated.
Well, no, it's not an open week.
It's not open now, it was.
Do we want to call?
Let's do the
Corey.
moratorium,
And then Maria said she's available till noon if we wanna give her a call. She does have a copy of the moratorium too. Her email to me said, I can read you that quick. When I asked her about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. I said, hi Maria, it's on the agenda for Tuesday to set a date and time to set a public hearing to expend the moratorium. The board doesn't think they can get it all done since apparently it needs to go to the planning and zoning board before the board sets a date and time for public
Yeah.
hearing to approve the ordinance. Is this correct? She said the solar ordinance itself needs to go to P and Z as well as the moratorium. We can visit about this if the board has any questions. And so then I wanted to clarify, so the board itself cannot approve the date and time for the extension, it needs to go to P and Z first. And she said sometimes they can, depends on the wording of the moratorium. We were not involved in the moratorium, so I definitely defer to the county attorney on this, but if there are any questions we can help the county attorney or board answer, happy to help. So that's why I asked if she's available. And I did send her to the moratorium, so,
Did you ask Todd at all?
no.
Can we see if he can come up too? Cause I think he was one that did the moratorium for us.
Moratorium.
Yeah, go ahead and call him.
Corey did not answer, anybody got his cell phone number?
Yeah, I do.
Let's call Todd up too, if he can come up.
What was Todd again?
141. Whatever the first one went.
Hey Todd, it's Josh from the boardroom. We are gonna be discussing the moratorium for the solar ordinance. We had some questions that you might be able to answer, if you wouldn't mind coming up. Alright, thank you. He's on his way.
Todd's on his way? Or-
Todd is on his way.
Todd is on his way.
Do we wanna call Doug up here too? I think,
Before he goes to lunch.
I mean, he's done this before, if anybody knows how this has been done, it's gonna be him.
101.
Hey Corey, we are up to the moratorium, can you come back over? Okay, thanks. Bye.
Maybe try to finish Doug up.
Hey Doug, it's Josh up in the boardroom. We're gonna actually have a discussion about the, solar ordinance moratorium.
And
We're just wondering if you have some answers for us, potentially, and then we'll be into your agriculture leases right after that, if you could come up. Alright, thank you.
I feel like I told you so, Doug. He told us to do it for a year.
But did we do it wrong in the beginning? Isn't it, you know what I mean? If we had to get planning and zoning now, we probably had to do it then.
I mean,
Well,
she
judging
did
by
say
the
it depends on
email,
the wording of it.
yeah.
and Todd did our first one, so I don't know.
I was at drainage conference on Friday when I was emailing back and forth with Maria. And Todd was already out of the office, and then yesterday, coming back in from the weekend, it didn't even occur to me to send it to Todd, so.
Learn anything, Friday?
I did, actually, I thought it was very good. We got to talk, and I'll talk a little bit during auditor discussion, but we got to talk to Senator Sweeney, who is in Flamingo on House File 536, I believe it is, with adding drainage districts to abstracts, because right now, if you buy a property, there's nothing anywhere that says it's in a drainage district. So that law passed, but now implementation is harder than they expected because property descriptions from the auditor's office to the recorder's office don't match. So trying to get the software to get that implemented is kind of been a pain, so we talked about that a little bit.
Did you just say they're trying to add drainage
Yes,
to abstract?
yes, correct. I think it's
Lord.
536, Senate File 536, it already passed.
Well, I'm just saying, oh Lord, cause that'll be a very difficult,
Yeah,
especially for parcels, 40-acre tracts that are not completely within a drain.
yeah, well, the Senator Sweeney
But
was the,
somewhat, who's gonna pay for all the recording?
good question, I don't know. I haven't
I mean,
read the
that's the
bill.
first thing that's gotta be done, is everything's gotta be recorded so an abstract can be brought up to date.
Well, the purpose of the bill was to, for the auditor to send all of the information to the recorder's office so it could be implemented. But the property descriptions don't talk, so that's
Oh,
almost
yeah.
impossible. So now they're trying to figure out how to get that done, because she is the author of this bill, because she owns land. And I don't know if she bought property or somebody else bought property, and nowhere were they informed that it was in a drainage district, and got this huge bill, you know, for this drainage, and was like, why wasn't I told this when I bought the property? Why isn't there not any, you know, any documents anywhere? And so that she started this process of, which I think is a good idea, it should be on there
They're
somewhere,
gonna have
but,
to, in the future, even with all they're gonna have to rewrite 468, so it requires
yeah,
Well,
things
there's-
to be recorded.
Yeah.
Special assessments show up on abstracts,
special assessments.
which would include
If they're
drainage.
outstanding, I believe, if they haven't been paid, like the past ones wouldn't, I don't.
And then the abstracts that I've reviewed here and in most of the
Hi Maria,
counties
this is Josh
surrounding have,
Lecter here in Kossuth
you
County
know, a little
boardroom.
entry as far as
We're gonna
drainage
be
districts.
discussing that,
So you know what drainage
moratorium.
district the
I'm
property
I'm
is
gonna go ahead
in,
and
if
put
it's
my
out
speakerphone
in,
here.
outside of the outside of the city,
Maybe we're doing something other counties aren't doing.
I don't know. I don't know what exactly the bill, I haven't read the bill, so I don't know or the law.
Yeah, oh, we do have.
We got Maria on the
Okay.
phone.
Okay, hi Maria, this is Tammy, thank you for joining us this morning. So to catch everybody up, we are not gonna make the solar ordinance deadline of December 31st before the moratorium expires. So it was brought to my attention to extend the moratorium, so we could get that finished. I talked to Maria quickly on Friday by email, and she indicated that that extension would have to go to the planning and zoning board before it can be approved by the board. Is that correct, Maria?
So moratoriums can be done a couple of different ways. So if this moratorium was originally adopted by ordinance and originally went through planning and zoning commission, then since it is you are amending a moratorium that impacts your zoning code, and any zoning code regulations must go to planning and zoning. So the moratorium extension would also need to be by ordinance and would flow through planning and zoning for its recommendation. That said, sometimes an original moratorium ordinance, which went through the planning and zoning commission, contemplates extension without the need to go through T&Z. So it oftentimes depends on how your original moratorium is drafted.
This is Kyle, and I mean, Todd, you can jump in anytime, but I
don't
think,
remember it.
I believe our original moratorium just went directly through the board of supervisors. I don't believe planning and zoning was involved in the beginning part of that at all. So, does that change the equation? Since it was board driven?
Or should have it? Did we miss a step?
It went through
Yeah,
planning and
it's
zoning.
affecting any kind of permit
It did.
that an individual
Right.
would seek
Pretty sure
for
it did.
zoning, so a conditional use permit, for example, for siting of a new structure, that would be a zoning permit, and which would make the moratorium affect zoning applications. The draft that I have in front that he just sent a little bit ago, is a resolution, and I apologize, the only reason I mentioned T&Z is that in that first clause, it indicates that there was a recommendation from T&Z regarding a proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance that addresses a moratorium. So my assumption was that it did go through T&Z, I could be wrong.
Yeah, Doug said that it did go through P and Z originally, so, yep. So then, planning and zoning needs to meet again to have a recommendation to extend it, is that correct?
That would be my recommendation, yes. Again, only because I don't have your original moratorium in front of me, I don't know if there's, with some accommodation in that original ordinance that would allow you to take action without going back through
Do we have a
T&Z. Do you happen to
copy?
know that?
I'm trying to pull it up right now. Does anybody know off the top of their head what ordinance number that is? Be 101A. Yeah.
So we extended this once, already.
Yeah.
So that was probably illegal too.
Hold on, I'll find it here a second. Okay, the solar moratorium is 320. And
What year?
Did you find a date or something there, Tammy?
yeah, well, it was filed 10/1 of 24, and that was a 9-month one. So that was adopted October 1st of 2024. so we must have had another one after that.
Something
We
got
did.
you
You did
July
in
1st,
last
right?
summer, yeah.
Okay, so let me find that
That was
one.
before,
We extended it in
320.
the summer.
to the end of the year, but something got it from, oh, that's the one, that was 8 months, that would've got you to
Mm-hmm.
October, November, December, 9 months got you to July 1st, and then we extended it 6 months. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Here it is. Alright, June 17th. Ordinance extending moratorium to 12/31.
Does it say if it was preferred by planning and zoning?
An ordinance amended the Kossuth County, Iowa zoning ordinance, process.
So what were we trying to figure out if there was a provision that said we could
He's
extend
trying to
that?
see if it went to see the wording when it went to planning and zoning.
It's not.
And this doesn't talk about,
So if we went to planning and zoning the first time, did it have to go to planning and zoning the second time? I don't know the answer to that either.
Did the first ordinance have a clause in it that extended it? I don't recall.
Let me look.
That said that it can be extended.
don't know. Looking,
That one looks like it was done by the Board of Supervisors, the last one, but
So yeah. The ordinance was September 17th. So if we go back there,
that was the third reading. But we didn't, in our packets, I don't think we had the original ordinance or resolution for planning and zoning. I think we had our version of it. It says consistent with the recommendation of planning and zoning, blah, 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 as number 6,
Yeah.
whereas, but
well, and
we don't have their actual resolution.
in the Kossuth County Ordinance 320, the top says, an ordinance amending the Kossuth County, Iowa zoning ordinance imposing blah, 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 findings, the Kossuth County Board of Supervisors upon the recommendation of the Kossuth County Planning and Zoning Commission hereby makes the following fines. And that was the one from 2024.
Does it say that may be extended?
No, it says the County Board of Supervisors hereby issues a moratorium of 9 months duration and beginning upon final passage of this ordinance, during which the county will not accept or process any applications for the construction of large-scale or utility-scale solar energy systems, period, adopted this first day of October.
That says it should go to planning and zoning.
I don't, and I'm not arguing with any of that, I just saying, I think the one we have is the follow-up version to what planning and zoning acted on, and the planning and zoning one would be the one we need to see if it had a extension piece in there, right? Because that would have been where, is that correct, Maria?
Correct.
Okay, I don't have that here, I don't know where we would have that,
Corey, do you have that?
Corey or Doug?
I'd have to get my computer and I'm sure it's on, I believe it's on, in the planning and zoning folder in the computer, so.
Okay,
I mean, would you like somebody to do that?
Yes, please.
if possible. Do you have all those files, Cory?
Yeah,
You want me to get,
on the computer.
What's that, Maria?
do you need to get next week?
Yeah,
Yes.
we will.
I wonder if one thing you could do, I don't know how soon you can get planning and zoning together, should be a pretty simple action item. But you certainly have the option of tabling this to the next meeting, pending planning and zoning commission consideration, receiving the recommendation of planning and zoning commission at your following meeting. And you do have the option of, anytime the board wishes to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings of an ordinance upon a supermajority vote of the board, and commencing to the second, third reading. You'd want to put all of that on your agenda, but that way you're able to act on an ordinance that has some time sensitivity to it, and still follow along the procedures required for a zoning ordinance. That's an option, in case that's helpful.
Okay, so with that, we would be getting planning and zoning together before our meeting next week. And then we would handle the entire process start to finish with the first reading and then waiving the other readings all at our next meeting next week, is that correct?
Final reading and then publication following. Yep, that would work, if that option helps at all.
Okay.
And then we wouldn't have to do the
Add that on the agenda.
moratorium.
We would, that would be the moratorium.
But if we could do that, can't we do that for the
Ordinance.
ordinance? Or not? I mean, if there's time to do that, why couldn't we just push the ordinance through?
You can't approve it at that time?
Isn't that what she's saying?
I think the actual ordinance, that still need to be discussed with planning and zoning too, and that's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
what,
more-
if they're gonna do the moratorium, why can't they do the,
A moratorium is a lot quicker, easier conversation, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, and to that point, I mean, certainly that procedure is available. Oftentimes, when it comes to a more substantive ordinance, it may be that the additional opportunity, or they expect or anticipate the additional opportunity needs to be heard or hear discussion on the ordinance. That's just the general rule, not necessarily what you should or shouldn't do for this particular zoning ordinance, just something we've experienced with ordinances like this in the past.
So the implication of a moratorium, extending the timeout would be less severe and consequential than actually passing the full ordinance right away, that's what you're saying.
okay.
She had mentioned simple majority votes. What's the definition of simple majority here? Or super majority, excuse me.
Supermajority would be 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, yeah.
Simple
I looked it up.
majority would be 3 out of 5.
I looked it up with, Google, it could be whatever you want it to be, I mean, it can be it could be 60%, it could be 66%, it could be 75%,
3/4, I'm sorry.
3/4,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
so you're right, it's gotta be 4 out of 5 in this case,
For us or the
4 out of 5.
Yeah, what's that threshold for?
For us or for?
4, yeah.
No, is that
It's for
threshold
planning
for
and
planning and zoning or for board of supervisors?
Just for the board of supervisors, just to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings of an
Oh.
ordinance.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if we push the moratorium through faster to be able to do the other rules, we would need a 4 out of 5 vote just to process it faster.
other readings.
To skip the
You
other
have
readings.
3 items on, maybe 4 items on your agenda, which I'm happy to take a look at, if you need help on that at all.
Yes,
But you
please.
just, for your next meeting, you'd have to have it listed out in your agenda, if that's what you wanna consider doing, suspending the rule and moving to that 3rd and final reading of the moratorium ordinance. You just need that as a separate agenda item, make sure you have 4 out of 5 supervisors voting in favor.
Yeah,
What if
could
for-
you,
What if for any reason one board member isn't here, then is it of the 4 that are here,
Then-
or do we need the full
It's
board?
of the total, that's one of those statutes that gets sticky. It's of the total board, so if you if you don't have 5 present, it needs to be unanimous of the 4 who are present.
Okay.
Corey, could you get a P and Z meeting together before Tuesday?
Possibly, I guess it would depend on their
Now, remember, board
availability.
members can attend electronically as well, hybrid meeting.
Yeah, that's true,
It isn't encouraged by Iowa code, so if somebody's
yeah,
traveling on the road, they're able to be present electronically, and still will be considered counted for purposes of presence at the meeting.
and you could still vote,
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense.
so yeah, phone, or we could do Teams or whatever, for that couple items if needed. Or the whole meeting. Um,
Does it, Maria, Doug, whoever, when planning and zoning meets, do they have to publish that meeting?
It would not be a public hearing to
Okay.
consider extension of the moratorium ordinance, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, yes,
But they would need to publish it like they would any other agenda.
okay,
24 hours.
Standard.
okay, alright,
It is any other meeting agenda.
okay. I was just making sure they had time to call a meeting, yeah, okay.
I just sent the text of the moratorium to Maria, as well as copied it to Todd, Corey, board of supervisors.
Do you see anything in there about?
I didn't even read it,
That's fine.
and Tammy was on that also.
Thank you. I don't see anything, extension.
No, right at the bottom is the therefore, and it says to issue a moratorium of 9 months.
Mhm.
So it's them telling us to issue it,
So it
so
looks
we
like,
need them.
yeah, it looks like that should be replicated with a quick meeting.
Okay. Do we wanna make a motion to table it, or you just wanna table it?
Are you able to get everybody contacted to get a meeting put together before next Tuesday, Cory?
I can give everybody a call or email whatnot.
I would
Whether or
probably
not they
call
can-
with the time
Yeah.
sensitivity of it, get people to availability and see what you can do.
Squeaky wheel.
Yeah, don't let them not answer you for very long.
Yeah,
Probably a good time to give them just a heads up if they don't have it already, that they'll be looking at a substantive ordinance in the very near future. So they know to put that on their radar if they don't meet regularly.
Yeah. Alright, do we have any other questions here now?
So we need to assemble a meeting for them to,
To act on a moratorium recommendation.
And then we'll act on that next week based upon your recommendations, right?
Yes.
Hearing now.
will that, sorry if this is a dumb question, Maria, but will that be in the form of amended ordinance or a resolution?
Yes, I recommend, because your original moratorium is by ordinance, that only an ordinance can amend another ordinance.
Okay,
So by extending the term, you're amending it, and it should be by ordinance.
okay,
That said, sometimes what you call it isn't necessarily as important as ensuring that you follow the proper procedure. So
Okay.
if it happens to be labeled resolution, but you've had your 3 readings as you would ordinance and published it, I don't get too concerned about the nomenclature, but I would recommend an ordinance if at all possible.
okay.
When we're done here, can you send an email outlining all the agenda items we'll
Yeah.
need?
You bet.
That might be
And-
helpful.
And I can touch base with you too, Maria, in the next, today and tomorrow too.
Yep,
Sure, I'll keep it on my radar. I'll be around.
Okay,
perfect,
thank you so much.
All right,
Yeah,
No
thank you.
problem, everybody, have a good rest of your day.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, would we like to have a formal motion to table this, or just for minutes?
I don't think we need to unless we need direction, but
I should kind of mention tabling it, but
we can,
Mhm.
I would feel more comfortable having a formal motion to table this.
I'll move to table this.
Motion
And
by
try
Kevin,
next week.
so next week pending planning and zoning review.
Yes, yes.
I'll second that.
Probably not the proper time, this thing that Doug set out says resolution, doesn't say, nowhere in there does it say anything about an ordinance, does it?
I think that we'll have to,
It's their resolution to us. It's like their resolution for our
Oh, is it?
recommendation.
Ours was, ours even though it didn't include me, was an ordinance,
Mhm.
okay. Alright,
okay, so wait a second, are you saying that resolution is enough? I was taking Maria's as we have to do an ordinance.
No, this
No,
is,
he was
this is,
asking a separate question.
The
Oh, okay.
language between resolution and ordinance is what he was asking.
we gotta vote, alright.
Yeah, let's vote on the table.
All those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Any opposed, motion carries, unanimous, we'll table that till next week.
Perfect.
Thanks for all your help, Doc.
Thanks,
I thought there was
Sorry
an
about that.
attorney down south, you know, so I was like, yeah, I'm kinda,
Spinning your wheels.
yeah, exactly.
Well, in the email, she had said that to bring it up to you, to get your opinion on it too, and I didn't do that, so that's why you were called
Yeah,
up here.
I was cold turkey, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you understand your marching orders, Corey?
Kinda. I know I need to get a hold of board commission and see if they have a meeting to extend the moratorium.
Okay. If you got any questions, contact us, so.
So, is there, do I need to send them something?
well, you might wanna send them, you know, a copy of a resolution. You're gonna have to probably redo this resolution.
They don't have to get together, she said physically, if you send them this and they can,
They could do it
You
electronically.
still need to have a meeting with an
Yeah,
agenda,
it still
so
has
I
to
would
be
start
a
by
meeting.
creating an agenda and
And to
getting it
approve
to
the
them,
resolution, and so if you have I'm sure you probably have a copy of that, Corey. It's resolution number 8
Doug just sent.
5
Yeah.
2024-1. And then if you can probably redo the resolution just to,
I think you better talk to Maria and have her write the resolution
oh,
so
you
that
think so?
if you
Okay.
need to extend the moratorium again, you can do it without the planning and zoning.
True,
Write it in a way that the planning and zoning commission says the board had
has the authority to,
Has-
okay,
the responsibility to extend it. I would have her write the
good point,
resolution,
Yeah.
Cory,
good point, thanks, Doug.
and then email that to the planning and zoning commission so that they're aware of it if they have questions.
Yeah.
It should be quick and dirty, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Alright, is that enough for the meeting purposes today, I would think?
Mhm.
Alright,
We got Doug.
Doug's next.
Yeah, yep. We are up to agricultural land leases.
We do have a land lease signed by Zach Nielsen. He has the tillable acres and what we call the Montag 2 gravel pit over
Thank you, Cory.
in Hancock County, section 27 of Warthell Township. He shares crop with us. We get a third, and he gets 2/3 of it. So, I would recommend the board, but I think the board's already discussed this, to renew it, so it's just a matter of approving it and authorizing the chair to sign a 3-year lease.
Do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Motion by Haas,
Second.
second by Garmin. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries unanimous.
Alright, Josh. I've got a place for you to sign and Tammy to sign. Right there, please, and Tammy right below it,
Okay,
and I'll get it all notarized.
okay. Gotta find my name.
Alright, thank you. That takes care of the agricultural leases, we still have one, remaining, so when that comes in, we will have it on the board and get it approved.
Okay. Construction and right of way?
There are no requests for construction of the right of way today.
Alright. And discussion.
Just quickly kind of go through a few things. Reddings are crushing it, the McGuire pit, and when they are finished there, they are gonna finish for the year. And we did have them, they were supposed to crush at Rother, given the weather, and they're not going to be able to. I've talked with Reddings, and they will come in the spring and get gravel put up for the same price there. Received a retirement notice from Bill Marin, and Bill is our road foreman for the north side, and I have asked anybody that's interested on the road department to get a hold of me by Friday of this week. After that, I will be talking with the people that are interested. We are interviewing for a position at the Algona shop. We did hire a person at the Lakota shop, Phil Grice is his name. I'm trying to get some work done on the braking ordinance, get a couple of locations there. Again, if you guys have other locations, please let me know, we can include them all in that braking ordinance. FEMA, I've pretty much wrapped up, or the road department, we've wrapped up everything with FEMA. We have received some of the payments, but it appears that with everything in 2024, with the events, we submitted $231,355.51 worth of work. What has been approved is $225,272.59. We had a couple of administrative, the administrative costs were reduced. What we actually submitted was greater than 5% of everything, and for that reason, they limited it at 5%. That's why the approved final cost is not as great as what was submitted. So we will be receiving approximately $171,000 from the federal government, $22,000 from the state, and then our share on that was about $32,000 for everything. So we'll be getting that completed here soon, getting that money in. I guess one thing I'm trying to work a little bit on some of the differences between the contract language and the handbook, recent handbook language. And I'm just kind of wondering what the board's feelings for compensatory time for the secondary road department. If you could think about that a little bit, the way the contract, the way we currently administer it, it's 42 hours is the max that an employee can accumulate. So if they work 28 hours, that would 1.5 times 28 is 42. We require the employees to either use that comp time or we pay it out at the end of a fiscal year, so. July 1 of every year, everybody, all the road department employees, start off with a 0 balance of comp time. They've been completely compensated for all the overtime work that they accrued over the previous year.
In your, is a question, not a statement, your thought process of having it used up by the end of the fiscal year is just to clean up the books, or what would be, I'm just asking, very open listening, what's the problem with just having it ongoing, other than you might pay it out at a higher rate, I guess?
You would end up paying for a different rate. They earn
Right.
time and a half.
Yeah.
If you're making $20 an hour,
Is there more than that against moving, you still retain
No.
it? That's the big,
yeah, it's to reimburse them fairly for what their overtime.
so someone's, I don't even remember, I really don't remember who it was, someone said, you know, we can earn this comp time, like last year would have been in March, because that's when the snowstorms were,
Correct.
and you gotta use it by July 1st, that doesn't do them a lot of good if they're trying to use it for a vacation, or if they got vacation.
They, for the most part, the people that really, people with a lower amount of vacation, a brand new employee has no vacation until a year. After they've worked a year, they get, so if they work overtime, then they'll have some comp time. And new employees, it's not uncommon that if we have extra work, they are some of the first people we ask if they'd like to work that overtime so that they can start building it up. People with 4 weeks of vacation, have worked here for 18 years or longer, they obviously would have
Plenty of vacation.
vacation.
But if you earned it in March or whatever, you'd still be gone by the 1st of July, even if you're a new employee.
Yeah,
And you get paid, if you don't use it, you get paid it out.
yeah,
It's paid out,
you get
so-
compensated for it.
So you don't lose it, you get paid for it,
Correct, yeah.
okay? How much can the courthouse accumulate, or?
N-
not
Comp
much?
time,
The
now it's
handbook is-
60.
60 hours
Yeah. it was 54, now it's 60.
and they can carry some over as well.
We don't do it like you, there's no end date. So
Right.
it's not a carryover thing because there's
So
no start and
If
end
I
date.
use 8 hours in 1 month, I can work overtime and have
Maybe, yeah,
Yes,
okay.
work
correct, yes.
whatever, 6 hours.
Yeah,
5
we
hours.
don't pay any of ours out or anything like that, so.
But it would, if a person were to retire and had a comp time balance,
Then,
they would
mhm,
end up getting
Be-
paid at the current, whatever their
right,
current pay rate is.
right. I meant
Sure.
at the end of a year, we don't. But yes, if they retire or leave, yes, then they would be paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So something to think about, cause it's something that's gonna have to be administered differently, or if we do keep it the same, we'll have to have a policy or something, there, so. And then I guess with budget, I'm doing budget work, is there any, would the board consider having some sort of workshops, as far as ideas, wages, salaries,
I was gonna ask that during board discussion, and since you're here, I wanted to talk about the budget worksheets, health insurance, and the wages. Budget worksheets you're probably gonna get working on.
They're already out.
They're
They
already
went
out.
out Friday, I was gonna talk about that during discussion too, so,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
well, and since he's here, Doug's up here, the agenda didn't look like it would necessarily be like that, but, I think for sense of numbers to put into the budget, at least as a starting point. Could we have a workshop about health insurance, and then can we add the wages to the agenda? I know it's not set in stone, but just so the departments know what direction to
Well-
at least start with.
When I put it out, I put, on the sheet that I put with the budget spreadsheets, and this, I could change it or send an email out, but the sheet said to leave it as what it was last year. You leave the same amount so that you guys would know when you saw their budget, what they were at before you did anything with wages. But I could change that and send an email to
Yeah.
update that.
I mean, it's just me, I'd rather we talk about it and at least put something out there for them to, because when we go through that first time, it gives us a good idea then where we're gonna be at, because otherwise we're gonna go through it with people and say, go back and change this.
I know,
I think to me, we spin our wheels a little bit, so,
I agree.
as long as we make a motion and say this is just for budgeting purposes only, this is what we are thinking. That at least gives them some guidance as to what to put in.
Yeah, I would appreciate that, because, I mean, when the road department had a contract, I knew
Yep,
either they were negotiating or,
What is
and
already
the board at this time would have been negotiating,
yeah,
and usually by the end of the year, that negotiation was complete.
yeah,
And I had a good idea for the majority of the employees.
so as far as health insurance, what would be a good way to do that? Would it be a good way just to find out where we are like halfway through the year here? Well, I know we're not quite, cause you don't probably have December obviously yet,
Yeah, we
but,
haven't finished up December.
but
We've got
yet,
some costs, but I know what the main revenue is going to be.
yeah, so I
And
mean,
I can get through, give you a pretty good estimate of where we're at
and then we can kinda
after 6 months.
go from there and talk about whether, I know it's not final, but we need preliminary to put in there to work from.
Yeah, is there any way to get earlier quotes from Walmart? I know we passed on.
No, I'd asked that, and we had asked that, and they do not, but I will be contacting Michelle, and talking with her, so that we can get those as early as possible in January. So on my to-do list.
Mhm. I think it would be good just to know where our fund is at, just in case, just say everything stays the same, where our fund is at and what our,
Sure,
I mean,
but I would find it helpful to have some sort of workshop and be able to answer some questions and present some information on board.
when should we do that?
Well, I think we should do the salaries next week, because I asked them to have their worksheets back to me by December 29th. And I wanted to talk to you guys about when you wanted to do worksheets and stuff like that, but so I think the sooner we have that, the better, so if we could even do it next week, the 16th,
Oh, I think so.
I would appreciate that, and I think department heads would appreciate that.
Could you give us the information, just because I'm not gonna remember, what the sheriff's office or the deputies decided? Cause did we do a 3-year with them?
Yes, yes, I
So
will,
if you could give us that, so we
Uh-huh.
know what that's gonna be,
Yeah.
or,
yep,
um,
and then I will send you the wages that everybody makes currently, I know you had asked for that. That when budget time came, you had a list of salaries, so we'll make sure you have that as well.
yeah, and that's.
Okay, so how do you want me to word it? Do you want me to put discussion decision, or you just want, workshop for salaries and wages?
Budget workshop for salaries
But we'll
and
be,
health insurance.
but won't we be kind of making an informal decision?
Well, I guess you could make a recommendation to department heads to use
Just for
that.
budget
You mean you're,
worksheets?
I don't know, you tell me.
I don't know, I'm just going off of, I don't know what you've done the last several years, but what I always did is I had it in a motion form and it was just specifically for budget purposes and it is not a final amount.
Yeah, and we have done that in the past, so I'll do that, I'll do discussion, decision, set, increases,
increases for departments for, budget purposes only.
departments. For budget purposes only, okay. And then what about the insurance?
The insurance will just, well, that will
Just
just
do a
be
workshop.
Kind of a workshop, a
Okay.
review, so we're prepared.
Insurance workshop,
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
and that's next week as well,
Can we? Is
I
that
can't,
okay, do you
yeah,
think?
I'm planning on being here.
Okay. I think so,
okay.
so I don't know if you wanna tell the departments not to, don't give me
Yes,
numbers
I
yet.
will. Yes, I will. Okay. Alright. Okay,
Worth noting everything I've read or seen, it seems to think that health insurance is gonna go up meaningful now.
Yep.
Does that apply to us normally? Does it correlate?
I don't know about, exactly, but the trend is that it's going up.
Well,
But, we also gotta make sure that our fund is healthy, and if the balance in the fund is not where it's at, even if the rates go up, then you've gotta make a decision whether you wanna keep the fund up as well, so. But we'll visit a little bit more about that, so.
Mhm.
Alright. There's a comprehensive plan meeting, a real short one, December 15th at 7 o'clock. I've got a virtual option, I think most people will be doing a virtual, and I don't know, Carter was here a little bit earlier, I thought maybe he'd be here, I'd see how he was planning to attend. Did he happen, Josh, did he happen to say?
He did not, no. he did not.
You're the alternate, I mean,
Yeah.
at 7 o'clock, would you be available for a phone call or a Teams meeting? I think I sent it
15.
out already, did you happen to receive it?
I saw that, yes.
Okay.
it's gonna be here, you said, right?
It's right here, and I'll be in the boardroom, but
And what's the comprehensive plan?
there is a comprehensive plan that
For the
all the
road.
members vote on. It's been
Waste
worked on, it's in its final,
What's for waste management or secondary road?
no, this is waste management, yeah. So,
Yeah, I should be able to make that, I'll check with Carter and see
Yeah.
if he was planning on it or
and
not.
I'll shoot him a text, I'll shoot him an email.
Yeah,
So, okay, I'll copy you also, so we're all three in the same discussion, so.
sounds good.
Alright, that's
Anything else for Doug?
what
Alright, well, thank you, Doug.
you bet.
thank you,
You
Doug,
guys have a good day.
you too.
Too.
Okay, so meeting next, or don't forget Thursday, department head meeting here at 9 o'clock.
There's an excellent chance, I just had a call here right before 8 o'clock, I had an excellent chance I will not be here Thursday,
Okay.
depending on tomorrow's weather.
I'm gonna try to be here, I do have it on my calendar,
Okay.
just depending on the weather and.
I don't think we have a lot that we're gonna talk about, one of the things we're gonna talk about is Office Elements had sent us all letters, all departments' letters that they will no longer be doing supplies through Office Elements, they're switching to only furniture. So we are gonna talk about what we're gonna do, cause most of us get our supplies through Office Elements. So we're gonna talk about Quill as a possibility, several of us have accounts with Quill, so that we're not using credit card for supplies. So that's one of the big things that we're gonna be talking about, otherwise I don't think there's a lot on the agenda for that. The following week,
I'm sorry, Tammy, were
Yes.
you just talking about office elements?
yes. Yeah, did you
Yeah,
get that letter too?
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
don't, the road department engineer's office, we do not have any kind of a credit card.
Yeah,
With them not,
yeah, so we're gonna talk about that at the department
Okay.
head meeting on Thursday. If anybody has any great ideas or,
Quill makes you use a credit card?
no,
Oh,
they do not.
Quill sometimes was reasonable, I don't know if they still
Yeah,
are.
I think so, we're gonna try to do some checking on that and see where we're at with that. So that was a very big surprise for us, we did talk to Ryan about it when he was here this last week, and it's December 19th is the last day we can get supplies through them, so, yeah. So next week, sorry,
I said, thanks, Doug.
yeah, thanks Doug.
Yeah, have a good day.
Next week is the 16th already. We have a discussion decision, acknowledge receipt of cost allocation plan for fiscal year 25 and authorize chairman to sign the certification form. Kossuth Regional Health Center request to purchase Kossuth County EMS facility. And then our regular stuff is what I have so far. And then I have some Christmas cards. I'll pass those down.
What did the agenda request say for the hospital?
Yeah, that one's surprised me too. It says, it's from Jared Albert. It says board agenda item title, Kossuth Regional Health Center, request to purchase Kossuth County EMS facility. Specific information, KRHC would like to purchase the Kossuth County EMS facility located at Kossuth Regional Health Center to allow expansion of the hospital lab. The likely relocation of the EMS facility would include the Kossuth County owned property in the old hardware property, which would require some renovation. Kossuth Regional Health Center originally entered into a lease agreement with the city of Algona filed September 23rd, 1994, and attached for reference for the facility.
That's interesting.
So to me, it sounds like they want EMS to move to Curtis's building.
You guys don't act surprised? Are you surprised about that agenda request?
Dar mentioned stuff in our board meeting at their last,
Not about that though. She mentioned talk about purchasing, or moving into that. Huh. Interesting. Oh, the envelope. There you go. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So that's what's on next week. I did put an eminent domain commission list on your desks. That will be on the first meeting in January, so if you have a chance to look through it, make sure that those people still live in the county. If you notice anybody that doesn't or that has passed away, we need to approve that on the first meeting, so I wanted to give you time to look through that to make any changes, or let me know of anything that you noticed. Budget worksheets are out, they went out Friday. So they're new, everybody's just getting them. I wanted to know when you thought you wanted to start budget workshops. Do you wanna do that starting, the first full week in January, or what are you thinking? I asked department heads to have them back to me by the 29th of December.
Well, because that's a lot for you to get done before we meet on the 3rd or the 2nd.
Yeah, I was thinking like the
So maybe the
7th.
next week, yeah, so
Yeah.
not the first meeting,
Yeah, yeah.
but the next.
Yeah, that's what because, so the 14th?
No, I'm sorry, I meant the 6th, I thought you would maybe.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong.
I misunderstood what you said.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong year too, so that's not helping me any.
I was thinking our first meeting,
Yeah.
which is the 2nd, and
Yes.
I thought, well, if it's coming back to the 29th,
Yeah.
that's an awful
Yeah.
lot for you
Yeah.
to get done.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, yeah, so we could do it the 6th or the 13th, whatever you guys decide.
I think we should start on the 6th.
Yep, works for me.
I think
You
we
guys
should
okay
start.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will, 6th, I will start setting up workshops and send that out to department heads too.
Well, and the other thing I was thinking too, when we were kinda talking about the wage stuff is, because, Carissa's budget is before ours,
Yes.
kind of, so, we're gonna have, I forget the date, but we're meeting to discuss some of the things in the budget, so
Okay.
it would be helpful if she kinda knew what we were thinking.
Okay.
Anyway,
Perfect,
to put in there, for
Okay.
amount.
that sounds good. Okay, so I'll get those scheduled. I attended the drainage meeting in Fort Dodge. It was my first time. I was glad that I went. They had a, Secretary of Agriculture, Mike Naig, was there and talked a little bit about what he sees coming up in the next year. And then Senator Sweeney was there. She helped author Senate file, I think it's 563, which I mentioned earlier, talks about making sure drainage districts are listed on abstracts and how that's being implemented. When we had our breakout session for administrators, she did come in and explain that a little bit more to us. And we kind of went over questions and procedures of how the counties, there's 38 of us counties that have drainage? 30 some anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
upper thirties, I think.
yeah, the difference in how each county does it a little bit differently. And talked a little bit more about some changes coming with the Doge bill and some of those kind of things that they think we'll be seeing this next year. One thing that I did take away that I had heard, but this is the first time I heard it from a senator, that there are two main things that are, or maybe it was even Mike Nag, I can't remember, two main things that the legislator is looking at this next year. First one being tax reform, and that is huge. There will be another tax bill and it will probably be bigger than the last one. And the second thing is water quality. So, those are two things I think we'll be hearing a lot more about, so. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Very good. Howard?
I went to the third judicial district advisory board meeting. They made it clear it is now an advisory board, you have no power whatsoever. The guy, this Mark Covey, is that his name? He was assistant, he got named the head dog back in April or whatever, so that's why they didn't have a meeting. They, talking about having 2 meetings a year, spring and fall. Instead, they had been having 4, is that correct? Do you agree with that?
Quarterly, yep.
They started off with talking about, quote, personnel issues are taking a lot of our time. And I didn't say anything to them until an hour and a half later and said, do you think that makes you unique? You know, everywhere you turn around, it's but they're complaining about their pay starting at, they have to start their, I guess, for lack of a better word, officers or jailers or whatever, at $22.49 an hour, and evidently that's not enough to be competitive in the Sioux City area. And he went on to say that when you're hiring that level of help, they don't care about the benefits. I heard that same kind of song when you're hiring young people that, you know, they just don't think about diapers or health insurance or anything's worth money. He just kind of pounded hard on budget. And, when you look at a list of the counties, I just wrote down, you know, it's a cluster of Northwest, but then it comes over to Emmett, Palo Alto, and Kossuth. Interesting, I didn't see Dickinson on that list, I don't know where they go.
They are part of it.
I didn't see a placard for them there, although maybe they said that they, so
They used to be anyway, when I was on there, I know they were part of it.
I believe you, I'm not arguing the point, I just didn't see it. And I said to him, we're out here in the middle, you know, where's the other, I mean, I suppose like Google judicial districts in Iowa and see, but we're not gonna get a change anyway, but, we're out here a long ways from anywhere. I mean, they have an office in, you know this, they have an office in Sioux City and Sheldon, and what do the people, what do parolees or whatever here do? Where do they go? Does the officer come to them?
I mean, I don't know if you
I don't
know
even
the
know.
system well enough, I can speak from previous experience there, but.
Honestly, I didn't attend enough meetings with them because the whole changeover to advisory board, so we didn't have much of a discussion on it, but I thought it would come down to the local law enforcement, if I remember right.
Not really, I mean, it depends on the situation and what they're charged with or whatever. If it was something where they were in-house per se there, then they would be going to one of those facilities. Even from Kossuth County, it would be travel time. But if it was like say for example, very low risk or mild case of XYZ and they were on parole or probation and they had to check in and have a phone conference with someone once a week or once a month or whatever, then they would handle those things,
I guess
virtually.
I guess my point is, it seems like the way it's laid out, that we're not getting our bang for our buck up there at all, but it's not our buck, it's state bucks, I know,
Yeah.
but, anyway. I went, I
Learned a little bit maybe.
learned a little bit, but I just, I laughed when he said personnel issues did come, I mean, you hear that everywhere, buddy, you need to get out a little more. Anyway, that's all I had.
I didn't have any meetings last week, but I have one tonight for emergency management.
I was at the same IDDA meeting Tammy talked about. It was good in a number of ways. I did talk with Senator Sweeney personally about our situation with DD 90, Lot 1 and the railroad. That was seeming like we were making progress until they responded and said they would let us through, but they wouldn't pay for anything, which is not the language in the law. So we'll see if she can organize anything, but from our conversations, it sounds like she's gonna try and get representatives from the UP to the Capitol and then ask me to come down there and talk with them to go through the entire situation, start to finish, so. I'll have to be in touch with her and see when she wants to set something up, but it sounded like hopefully sooner rather than later, but then holidays will play into that, I'm sure, so we'll see.
I don't think the UP gets motivated by the state legislature too much either, but.
They might, but, yeah, I doubt that it'll be a tomorrow deal, but hopefully semi-soon, in December or January, hopefully. I did receive response from FEMA on our appeal. I have not read the entirety of it, but, I've got some thoughts and hopefully we'll have more of an in-depth conversation with all of us next week on that. We'll get an agenda item put together. And then I have CIJDC this Friday. We changed from our normal meeting schedule where it's the fourth Friday of each month. We kind of split the difference with the December meeting landing right around Christmas. So we're meeting this Friday for that.
One quick question, I didn't look at it until just now. I received something from Alliant Energy and Roger Jeffs is the contact. Well, hello, Ms. You
Hi.
can come in.
Smile, you're on camera.
Good, yeah, you are.
It says, please verify if you are the responding department / agency for the following communities. Alliant Energy's local area gas crisis plan indicates that you are the responding agency for the following communities: Bancroft, Fenton, Kossuth County, Lakota, Ledger, and Moon Rock. And Roger Jerks is listed.
Oh,
That should have been updated.
who,
So I guess Bancroft is Kyle.
Yeah,
Fenton, Lone Rock is me, Lakota and Ledyard is you, Kossuth County is all of us,
yeah,
yep.
so I don't know how we respond to that.
I don't know, I would bet probably the chair of the board.
well, if you received it, Amber,
Cause she would have been
Yeah, I-
Rogers
For
district.
Roger Jerks, yeah.
I would say you'd be able to respond to it.
And then put the differences.
I would,
Does it have a different box for each location or is it all locations?
No, it says all of them,
Oh, yeah.
but it maybe used to be that way, did you used to be Fenton and Lone Rock and Ledyard and
No,
Lakota and Bancroft, no?
no, cause the old districts would have been like the west side of 169 and east side of 169, so
Mm-hmm.
some of those would have been split different.
It would have been split different at that time.
Yep, I bet it was because he was the chair.
Well, and it
A
says
lot of times it was
agency,
up.
Kossuth County Board of Supervisors, so I could probably just put, in January, we're gonna have, maybe don't respond yet.
Cause we'll have a new chair,
chairman. No sense putting Carter.
right,
Yeah.
Okay,
that sounds good.
okay, I'll just wait on it. Thank you, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. Do you have anything else?
Don't think so.
I did not have any meetings, so. I guess we'll,
Motion to adjourn.
motion by Stecker, second by Garmin, for adjournment, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 12:40.